I was born in Belfast and lived in Lancaster Street, a street whose most famous sons included world boxing champion John Joseph Rinty Monaghan and renowned Irish artist John Lavery. Among Lavery's many famous paintings was that of Kathleen O'Houlihan on the first Irish Free State banknotes. His wife, Hazel, was used as the model. After moving from his humble abode in the street, it wasn't too long before Lavery became internationally famous. He moved to London, where he subsequently lent his palatial house at Cromwell Place in South Kensington to the Irish delegation led by Michael Collins during negotiations for the Anglo-Irish Treaty in 1921. After Collins was killed, Lavery painted a portrait of him, titled Michael Collins, Love of Ireland. This despite rumours that Collins was having an affair with Hazel while staying in London. Lavery may well have been good enough company for Collins, but he sure as hell wasn't good enough for our wee street. We never spoke much of the gifted man, for the simple reason that he committed one of the most unpardonable sins known to us, accepting a knighthood from the British Empire. From a street that would see 3/4 of its male population interned without trial, or sent to Long Kesh by the infamous non-jury show trials of Diplock, it was easy to understand why. Lancaster Street had a history of sectarian riots, dating back as far as anyone could remember. Orange Order mobs, accompanied by the Peelers, attacked it frequently, usually leaving gallant defenders of the street wounded or dead. In September 1921, the New York Times reported on page 5 that shooting is resumed in Belfast streets. Boy dies of wounds, making total dead 18. The street was named after a Quaker school and educational system founded there, but those of us living in the street much preferred the story that it was named after Burt Lancaster, the brilliant American actor whose grandparents originated from Belfast before immigrating to America. My mother, Elizabeth, was a workaholic, perpetually scrubbing and cleaning. She always smelt of Daz, bleach, and the carbolic soap that stained her hands the colour of raw wounds. While my father, Big Sam, worked as a merchant seaman, she ran a semi-boarding house that contained the grand total of one lodger. She never made a penny from the house, and was perpetually in debt because of it. Her purse was testimony to that. It was a working-class purse. Fat with the pain of pawn tickets and IOUs. Fat with poverty, like the false swelling bellies of starving children in faraway Africa. That night before my father's departure to sea, they were arguing over her loneliness and his need to be free. Silently, I crept to their bedroom door, tapping meekly on it, hoping neither would hear. This was my way of clearing my conscience, the rationalisation of a coward trapped in his own paralysis. The door never opened, and I managed to quickly slither back to bed, relieved, dreading the distorted looks on their faces, knowing they would have hated me for what I knew. The next day, I returned home from school with my friend, Jim Kerr. We kicked at an old ball we had found on the way. "Will I call for you after supper?" he asked, while heading the ball expertly. "I'll call for you," I said, dreading the thought of my mate seeing what I knew was waiting for me. "OK, make sure you call." He kicked the ball ahead and rushed after it, probably thinking he was Georgie Best. When I entered the house, my mother was sitting on the sofa, smiling strangely to herself. She stood and then leaned to kiss me, but I pushed her away, betrayed. "You've been drinking," I accused. "And after all you said,"